Blessing that salvation brings will never stay away. You only see the tables of afternoon, good evening, what time of the day or evening or night you're watching. Welcome to the KOJ Live. There are so many things that going on in the world today. And the political front and the religious front. There's so many things. We find where America have just convicted its first ex-president of so many felonies. And we see where this begins, but we don't know where it's going to end. All I know, this election that is coming up is going to be a very crucial election between the Democrat and the Republican here in the United States of America. We have never seen a time as this. I've never seen a president our ex-president try to get back in power since I've been here like 40 years. I've never seen that. I've seen so many presidents come and goes. Never see one try to get back into power. And I've never seen one being convicted of 34 felony and and still have more trials to go. So I know that this election is going to be a very serious one. Whatever side you are on, you must know what side to choose. Choose the right side. But I want to be on God's side. I want to be on the side that do right for people. Do right. Should I know that it was the hand and all suffering and shame? And I love that old cross, every day resting place for the word of the sinners will slain. So I cherish the rugged cross, till my joy at last I lay down. I will cling to that old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. To that old rugged cross I will ever be true. You say that we grow gladly there, and we call me someday to our own way. There is glory forever I'll share. So I'll cherish that old rugged cross, till my joy is the glass I lay down. I will cling to that old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. To that old rugged cross I will ever be true. He shame and reproach gladly bear, and he called me someday to my own forever. There is glory forever I'll share. So I'll cherish the rugged cross, till my joy is the glass I lay down. Will cling to that old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. To that old rugged cross I will ever be true. He shame and reproach gladly bear. So I'll cherish the rugged cross, my joy is the glass I lay down. I will cling to that old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. Yes. But I wonder if with this political thing that is going on, if there's gonna be a can of unseen worm that being opened up, because now that you have a Republican being a convicted felon who is a ex-president, what will be the outcome when or if the Republican should go into power, or if Trump should come back in power? Where will the revenge stop, and where will all this end? As Bible says, so much trouble in the world. You know, it's so much trouble in the world. But pick the right side, you know. Whose side are you on? And I know someone consider all the hand of me. I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder. About you how the universe displays. And since my soul, my Savior God to thee, how great thou art, how great thou art. And since my soul, my Savior God to thee, how great thou art, how great thou art. And I look down from every mountain top into the blue and through the gentle breeze. And since my soul, my Savior brought to thee, how great thou art, how great thou art. Yes, this year is a crucial year. We see the year with a big scandal, the P. Diddy scandal. They tried to implicate, or did it implicate? I don't know which one. Allegedly, one of the biggest television preacher in the United States. In the P. Diddy saga. I don't know how true it is. Allegedly, T.D. Jakes have been involved heavily. Political scandal. A former president are found guilty. 34 felony charge. We don't know if it will lead to conviction. But I would like to ask a question. Is there anyone out there who have ever had 10 contempt of court and 34 felony conviction who have not been locked up? I'm just asking. would like to know if when they were asking for the head of Mike Pence, they wanted was to hang Mike Pence. On January 6th, when the crowd shout out, "Hang Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence," which will be the former president, vice president. So if they had catch him and hang him that day, what the narrative would be? When the crowd shouts, "Hang Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence," and Mike Pence have to run for cover. At the shouting, if Michael Cohen was convicted and charged for the same charge that they tried the president, ex-president, for, and he went to prison, was it a serious enough charge that his lawyer, the president lawyer, went to prison for the same charge? Was it just a trump-up charge they trump up against Michael Cohen, why he went to prison for the same hush money scandal that they find the ex-president guilty of election fixing? I heard someone bring up the fact that President Bill Clinton, with his scandal with Monica Lewinsky, when the ex-president, President Clinton, was in the Oval Office and have sexual act perform sexual act in the Oval Office. Some people say he never went to prison for that, but he was impeached and tried. And I guess they did not find sufficient evidence, or whatever way they did it. They found Bill Clinton not guilty for having a sexual act performed in the Oval Office. They found him not guilty. But is it the evidence overwhelming, or it's just something that was just present because of political motive, why they found the ex-president Donald Trump guilty of 34 felony charges of trying to cover that he had sex with a porn star and tried to pay hush money? Why is it that Michael Cohen, his lawyer, went to prison for the same thing? And many is saying that Donald Trump should not go. But was it fear that Michael Cohen went to prison for the same thing? Where was the outcry? When Michael Cohen went to prison? You see, in this world and in this country, we cannot have one set of justice for one set of people It's like the international court that they set up. The international court was only set up for Africans and Caribbean leaders, but not for no white person. And Africans and Caribbean leaders still being a part of that same system, that they know that the system did not set up, to judge. We would call it a war criminal, are people that commit genocide and stuff like that, only set up that for Africans and Caribbean leaders, and Caribbean and leaders and African leaders still going along with these kind of things, you know what I mean? Because we know that in the world, there's two type of justice. Now we see an ex-president charged with 34 felony counts. Yeah, there are many countries in the world that don't accept convicted felon into their country. Is this going to be a case whereas they're being excused to say, well, it only go for certain type of people, or the same law is going to proceed? You see, this may be a can of worm that open up. Might be for the good or might be for the bad. You know what I mean? If the law does not apply to Donald Trump, would it be applicable in the future to other people that find themselves in the same predicament, that somebody could come and say, well, listen, a good lawyer could argue the case and say, well, we see we have in 2024 this court procedure take place in New York, and it was like a sham. It wasn't really a real court, because whatsoever the conviction or the guilty plea is, it come to nothing. You know what I mean? So how many people out there that have 34 counts of criminal conviction? Either you're gonna get rid of the court system in America, because if we start to say that the court system wasn't fair for Donald Trump, so all the millions of people that went to prison, that mean the court system all this time wasn't doing the right thing. Be careful of what we all open up, you know what I mean? Because you're gonna look back and say, all right, well, the court system it wasn't right for Donald Trump, you know, you know, because when it's come to Trump, he was never guilty of nothing. He don't pay his taxes, he's still not guilty. He's the only president in the 40 years that I'm living in this country who never show his tax return to enter into politics. All the other presidents show their tax return. What was about his tax return? Is this man so above the law that everything that the law say, he doesn't go along with it, but yet still he say he's the law abiding man. You know what I mean? He's a law and order man. Sorry, he's a law and order man. So I don't. There's so many hypocrisies that I see. You know what I mean? That if I'm a person that is gonna advocate for the things that are right, I don't care who you be. You know what I mean? If I think decency is decency, whether you're black, you're white, you're Spanish, you're pink, you're green, you know what I mean? If I think decency and law and order is law and order, you know what I mean? It should go for just about every man across the board, every woman. No ethnicity should be excluded. Understand? How many things You know what I mean? There are so many different things out there that's why I'm not on nobody's side, because I don't see Trump as a person that I would want to be on his side, and I don't see Biden as a person that I want to be on his side. You know what I mean? So, hey, but I'm just stating the facts to how I see it in my eyes, and for the things that I have been examining throughout the years. You know what I mean? I'm not a Janet come lately guy that just last night arrived in the United States and don't know nothing. You understand? I've been here a long, long time. I've gone through many different presidents, many different scenarios and situations. So that gives me a little bit of cloud that I can talk about the situation as I saw it in my own eyes. You know what I mean? And what good for one person should good for everybody. You know what I mean? No one is above the law. That's why I try my best to stay away from anything that would ever land me in jail, prison, or anything in all my years. You know what I mean? And you got so many black American with amnesia, so many black American who I see come out and defending Trump. And I wonder when did Trump start to advocate for black people? Remember, in the first election, it's 3 weeks before, Trump refused to meet with any black political group. It's 3 weeks before. Him say, "One have to lose." You understand? This man spent his life fighting against black people. Or, I would say, all right, the past 40 years that I'm in America, and let me put it that way. I'm not going to say before I came here, but for the past 40 years that I've been here, this man do everything to fight against black people. And all of a sudden, all these black people got so much amnesia. I'm not saying to vote for Biden, but a man that refused to put a black man in a position where he could earn a high income in all his organization, right? A man that refused to rent a black person his building. A man that go on the political trail and say when the police hold the black guys, them shouldn't be gentle with them, should just round them in the car. And all of a sudden, black people have amnesia in America. Sending all money to get Trump. No wonder we were brought as slaves, because we easy to have amnesia. Easy. No, I'm not rejoicing over no man downfall. But the Bible come up again and say, what a man sow, it must also reap. You understand? And this man he spent his lifetime being a racist. And all of a sudden, black Americans have amnesia. No, I don't say if every white person in America vote for Trump, I would applaud them. Good. It's your own, you vote for him. But if one black man vote for Trump, it's one black man too many. Because my philosophy is, if I know that a man hate me, I'm not gonna wait till 2 more days time to hate him. If I know to hate me now, I hate you back same time. It's fair. Take the thought. I would rather not vote because I don't see no candidate right now, because if this is the best that America have to offer, Trump and Biden, the two to me is the worst of the crap. If Trump and Biden is the best that America have to offer, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. It's totally a disgrace. With all the brilliant minds, you want to tell me that this is the best America finest? Oh my. Bow down and worship Him, worship Him, worship Him. Bow down and worship Him, worship Him, worship Him. Yes, so yes. Welcome to the KOJ Live. As I was saying, what I mean, if this is the best America could offer as president candidate, one ruling president and one convicted felon as a president, what I mean, Biden and Trump, with all the brilliant minds and scholars and educators and those that do political science and know the history of the world and leadership and study leadership and government and thing. This is the best. Yeah. It's like speaking out of Satan and Lucifer, which one I prefer? You know what I mean? It's like a person that say, you have a choice, pick Satan or pick Lucifer. Who you gonna pick? Wow. There is a highway to heaven, walking on the things highway. Down the water, but the building down the water, but the building there is a highway to yeah. So we're saying, why the field is so wide. That's the best we have as president. One sitting and one farmer. But I know this election is going to be very, 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 very crucial. The last one, them said, hang Mike Pence. Wonder who them gonna set hang this time. Remember January 6th, they was shouting them want Mike Pence life. Mike Pence at the time was Trump vice president. And them build a gallows for him. So wonder who they're gonna shout for this time. You understand? This one is gonna be rough. I know at least P Diddy must get a little break. You know, when them see Trump trial is going on, because Diddy was everything was Diddy. you know. Um, so who next? And them say this is a year where a televangelist gonna get thrown down. You know, allegedly them said that TD Jakes, a man that I personally I never know nothing of the sort. The only thing I did know that I see him on TV and preaching, and I so admire his style, his preaching style. He's a very good orator. He know how to put his words together perfectly. Is a man that have certain charisma about him. His preaching style, have drag a great congregation, and he is a man. Until I know for certain, I'm still gonna regard a certain amount of respect for him. Just the same, until I know for certain that allegedly the allegations to which they place against him is really, you know, a fact, and in that is not based on the figment of somebody's imagination. It can prove that it's a factual thing that he's guilty. Then I'm not gonna say, well, if he found guilty, then and it's a proven fact that allegedly the things that he was accused of, that he's guilty. Who am I to say he's not guilty? But I'm not gonna say, well, I'm ready to cast him down because he still haven't been found guilty, of 12 jury of his peers. You know what I mean? And like some that is saying now, all of a sudden, with all the millions of black men and other race of people that enter into the court system and found guilty, and with beyond a reasonable doubt. That means the evidence to which was I never seen the evidence that presented to the jury. I never see the evidence. I don't even know all the specifics and the facts of the case. But one thing that I know for certain, that other persons went to prison for the exact same thing that they tried the president for, and was found guilty and went to prison. And so where was the nation, and where was all these people who, when the trial has taken place and Michael Cohen had went to prison for it, for the very same fraudulent things that they had done, and unethical practices that they did, and he went to prison. The same outcome should have said that they want a overturn of his sentence. You know what I mean? Or a pardon for his sentence. If the president is found guilty and is gonna walk free, why is it he then the same people don't advocate for him to be pardoned? You know what I mean? Not that I'm a friend of Michael Cohen, I don't even know the man, but I'm based on the fact that the thing that he went to prison for is the same things that Trump went on trial for. And they found Cohen guilty and sent him to prison. Right? And now they found Trump guilty of the same thing. And now people are saying that no, because he's Trump, he shouldn't go to prison. You know what I mean? I shouldn't go to jail or whatever be the case. Or his conviction should be overturned. But where it's gonna stop, because if him getting the power, I know that there's gonna be a lot of revenge. It's gonna be a lot of revenge. It's gonna be a lot of revenge. Right? With all those people that they try to get to say, well, find us some vote and to do this and to accuse so many. So, and never in the history of I've been in this country, I've seen someone to the likes of this former president who now is a convicted felon. You know what I mean? How many countries now that if he's a convicted felon, they don't allow you to come to their country? Is they gonna make an excuse for this man if the convictions still stand? You know what's going to be the shape of the world in 2025? It's going to be a whole lot of so much trouble. Bible says so much trouble in the world, so much trouble. You know what I mean? The war in Gaza, the war in Ukraine, the war in the Congos, which nobody mentioned the African wars, like the Africans them that are dying out in the Congos and elsewhere in Africa. It's just like it's not important. We hear about the Palestinian and we hear about the other wars them, but when it comes to the black people, them war, you know, we see that they say that yet is wanted now for war crime. The Americans said no, it cannot be because the criminal court did only set up for the black people. How comes you're gonna put a white man? It's unfair to put a white man in a court that was set up for only black people. You know what I mean? These people lose their mind. Because this court was only set up to find black people guilty. How you gonna say that you're gonna send out on a restaurant for a white man and they never set up for a white man? It's only set up for black man. That means somebody lose their mind. You understand? And black people still, believe in this kind of fairy tale business. You know, because the man them said this court was only set up for the Africans and the Caribbean leaders. How dare a white man to be said that they found him guilty to send out on a restaurant for him for war crime. It's unheard of. I mean, you can't take a black man fat and fry a white man. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Say, how comes now you're gonna put a thing that was set up for only black people? Or you're gonna have the audacity to say that a white man is guilty of war crime? Can a white man guilty of war crime? That's a black people thing. That's what they're saying. So, so we have to be careful of where we are open up now, because now that them find, Trump guilty of 34 felony convictions, felony counts, cannot convict yet. We don't know if they're going to convict him. Which other man in the history of America have 10 contempt of court? Unheard of. 10 contempt of court. 34 felony conviction. And still about can drink champagne and eat caviar and make big speech. So we wonder how this thing, because if this man now want to see a black man going to court and a judge says something and tell the judge say, yo, I'm not listen to you, Now see how quick they're going to put him in a jail. And them are giving 10 chance. If you tell the judge, say, listen, I have to listen to you, you know. How long could him say that before them remand him in custody? You see, we are trying down a road, you know. You see, people take this racism thing to a standard where, you know, and I go broke a standard, and when I broke a standard, it's like hard for enough to bring it back, you know. I push this racism thing to a heights, you know. It got hard to come back down, you know. Careful I wanna say. Be careful I wanna do. You know what I mean? Every man supposed to be treated the same way, without respect of person. So we claim to the law say, but then I saw the law work. You understand? How many president you see, and when the man them come in, them give them tax return, you know what I mean, to enter into the presidential race. So the only man who decides, say, nah, if you give no tax return, him not to abide by the law. In Secret Service and him at war, the FBI, everybody and him at war. The court system, you know, and them at war. So that means a fake system around a sentence black people and a sentence people and put them in prison all this time. Fake system. That this man saying, no, system rigged and then the fake. So all them people that are in a prison, it's a fake system. Put them in a prison. It's a rigged system, put them in a prison. Because it's rigged, same system. But them say all man are bound to the law. And if a former president come out and say the system rigged, that means the system rigged for all them people in a prison and suffer. And the police brutality and the racial profile. Sure, not in one time. Let's play too much song and done here, sir. So I wonder what's gonna be the thing coming up. You know, what it's going to be come November, what January, what this Christmas is going to be like. You know, are we going to sing? Are we going to sing Silent Night this Christmas? What this Christmas is going to be, you know what I mean? With all these political tensions and racial discriminations and atrocities and things that is going on. You know what I mean? They say that the internet break, the amount of money that Trump get. The internet broke. The website have shut down. The millions that he received towards his re-election campaign. I wonder how, out of those millions, how many slaves have made contribution. See, Harriet Tubman said, I've rescued a lot of slaves. And when I went back to rescue some, them didn't even realize that they were slaves. So them say, you cannot we don't want to be rescued. Because they never realized that they were slaves. I wonder how many slaves donate into that millions that Trump collected. I'm gonna play one more. That's a wrap, and thank you guys to be a part of this.